Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good
Good
evening, sir.
evening.
All right, let's not waste any further time. We've already spent about 20 minutes. Okay, let's see how it goes. All right, let me share my screen now, and we can definitely proceed. Hmm. All right, can you all see my screen? Okay, let me prevent this infinite mirror. All right, my name is Francis Onukwu. I am a full stack developer and also a computer science student at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. And today I will be your humble tutor. For today, I'll be talking about error handling in JavaScript and, if time permits, the asynchronous parts of JavaScript. Okay, a couple of things I want to say before I proceed is that I cannot see the screen, okay, the Google Meet screen where, if you have a question and you raise your hand, I won't be able to tell if anyone has indicated, anything at all. If you type anything, I won't see it. So if it's something you don't understand and you feel the question can't wait till after, then feel free to just, excuse yourself and just interrupt, okay? Good. Now, let's begin, okay? The first thing I would like to talk about is the error handling in JavaScript. Now, depending on whatever you might be doing with JavaScript, you might run into situations where, errors just happen. And if that error is not handled proper, and if that error is not handled, very well, if it's not handled effectively, you would end up with a white screen. At least that happens a lot of time. It throw error on your browser that this happened, this was here, this and this and this. A couple of that would be when you're trying to maybe access a what a method that does not exist on something, maybe it's undefined or it's null. Okay, JavaScript will throw an error for it. So for this very stuff, the try and catch is very used, like it's widely used when it comes to error handling in JavaScript. And I'm going to, show us some examples, but basically this is the syntax, okay? You try it, the block of code here, okay, is where you run your code, okay, and this catch is supposed to handle any error that might emerge from here, okay? So you have to, of course, handle the error proper. You have to handle this error, very well. So yeah, let's go to the chase. Here on my screen, you can see I have a plain screen, and that's because my HTML is plain. Right, I haven't done anything to my JS yet, but let's try and intentionally create an error. Okay, so let's do B. Okay, tag of okay, let's go with the conventional hello world. Let's go with the conventional hello world. Um, idea of tests, idea of test. And if you're in the last class, I spoke about um, document object model manipulation, and that involves getting child elements and just getting children of these very tree, the HTML um, components. Okay, so let's just try and target it from here. let's um let's call it paragraph, okay, equal to document dot get element by id, and we're using the id of what? Test. Perfect. Now we want a paragraph to, the inner html. We want to make it a what? 5. Okay, so when I save this, you are supposed to see a 5 here. Okay. If I should uncomment, rather if I should comment this stuff out, you would get hello world. Okay, what this does is to overwrite what has been targeted. Okay, yeah. So now I want to do something. Now let's value equal to you know what? Let's do null. Now, if we try to do a value dot push, okay, value dot push will definitely, now let's just say we want to add done do, right? Perfect. Now this should true. Okay, value dot push. Let's value equal to push. Okay, let's Control Shift J. Yeah, this should be it. Okay, now it's not showing the error here, it's just showing it on the console, but we can see uncut type error cannot read properties of null push. All right. Now I'm trying to look for something that might throw error on the screen. I don't know how physical it is. Perfect. Let's know if paragraph dot inner HTML is equal to value dot length. Let's know if there is a length. The screen just keeps it at the console, and the console says cannot read properties of null. Why it's trying to read length. All right, but in certain cases, your screen might not even show anything. It might just show white or whatever. Since it's an error. Now, in doing error, this is how I showed you. How the sample of error handling is. If by using the try catch in JavaScript. Okay. So let's come here. If I want to do what perfect scenario would be, what would be best for this. So let's try to okay, let's try to put it in an example. Now if we do, one way to handle this error would have been what if value, I believe you are familiar with your conditional and your branching. So if value, okay, is equal to, okay, let's use the type of, if the type of value. Now this type of value is special JavaScript. What it does is to tell you the very type that this variable is. Okay, it's special. It shows you the type of the data type that is contained in this variable. Okay, so should I even try to console type of null, sorry, type of value, console.log type of value. Okay, and let me try and what? Okay, it tells me it's null as an object. Okay, let's say this is supposed to be a string. It says it's a string. I don't know if you can see the screen. It says it's a string. If I should turn it to a number, like what, 5, for example, going to tell us number. So this type of just tells you the data type that is stored in that variable. Okay. Now, um, what made us use this? Okay, we're trying to write a conditional statement. Okay, so if the type of value, hmm, okay, let's try an array. I want to check something. Let's try an array. Let's try an array. Use an empty array. Hi. Should we go back? It still says an object. It's in JavaScript. Wonderful. Am I using edge wrongly? Okay. It says hi. It says it's an object, and in a way it can be right, in a way it can be wrong. If you look at, there's not really array. So then maybe an array of something, but JavaScript has its quirks. Okay, it has its quirk. My IntelliSense identifies value as an array of string. Okay, this won't work on this very statement, but perfect. Let's do this value. Okay, the inner HTML of that value of paragraph, sorry, to be value dot, no, should be value dot to uppercase. Okay, JavaScript has an uppercase method that's in the value class. Okay, sorry, that's in the string class. So let's just see this uppercase. Okay, and this very method is tied to only strings. So should I try to give it a number? I mean, I have a heard of uppercase numbers and lowercase numbers, right? So this, it throws an error in the console. Okay, value dot to uppercase is not a function. Okay, and it's even trying to show me where the error is happening, and that's happening in my index.js file at line 29. Sorry, line 10. Okay, so if we check line 10, yeah, it's correct. So one way we will try to counter this would be if the type of value is a string. Okay, now this exists. Okay, there is equal to sign, and there is equal to. Okay, so triple equal to and double equal to signs. So give me a minute. Let me say something. It's okay. Let me comment. Look, there is this and there is this. Okay, the difference between this and this is that this just the value. Okay, why this compares both the value and the type. Okay, so how would I perfect if I wanted to compare false now? Okay, in the land of JavaScript, false equal to 0 should give you a true. I believe it should give you a true. Let's check that out. Console.log false, that is 11. Okay, let's see it. Yeah, it gave me a true. Okay, but is false really equal to 0? Anything not 0 will definitely give you a true. So is false equal to 1? No, that should be false. It's not equal to 1, but 0. Script. Now, should I use a triple equal to, it is not supposed to return a true. Okay, it should return a false. Yes, as you can see, it returned a false. And the reason for that is because it is not just comparing the value, it's also comparing the data type. So this here, and we only know that uppercase works on only strings, right? So should I do it? My intelligence is even trying to give me hints on the, and we can see that there is big int, there is boolean, there is function, there is number, there is object, there is string, there is symbol, and there is undefined. Okay, so all JavaScript data types fall under this. Okay, types, right? Big int, boolean, function, number, object, string, symbol, and undefined. Okay, so back to here, we know that value, if the value is equal to string, yes, then we are going to run this function that we, this function, then else, sorry, else, I guess we just have to say something like, I don't know, we are supposed to just handle it since we know it's not going to work. um Value is not a string. Okay, value is not a string. Value is not a string. Now, okay, we know that this is not, it's not a string. A practical example should be in a form. I think in a form should be very suited for this very stuff. Let's try and do something real quick. Okay, input. Now, this is not the proper way since it's not enclosed in a form. Okay, so we have an input type of text and a, okay, we don't want a value. We want to give it an ID of input input name. Okay, so input, yeah, button, perfect, button of convert value, input type text, ID of input name. So let's try and get these two values. Okay, I didn't give you an ID of button. Well, let's call it convert. Perfect. We have an idea of input name and an idea of convert. Let's get them from here, shall we? Let's um, input equal to document dot get element by ID, and we call it input, right? Okay, equal to document dot get element by ID. I call it convert, I think. Yeah, so it's being clicked. If converts is being clicked, convert dot on click. Okay, this is going to be a function. It's going to be a function. We're not expecting any parameter, so it's okay to leave it blank. The function we want to do is to get the input or the value. Okay, input dot target. My intelligence should give me a hand. You know what? Let's just console log the input. Oh, sorry. What? Console log input by ID, so it wasn't gotten there. I had an idea of input name. Oh, all right. I had an idea of input name. All right. Now, okay. It's not breaking this down. Firefox. I need Firefox. Sorry. Edge doesn't break mine down. I don't know why. I don't know why. All right. Let's hold on for a moment. Okay, Control Shift K. And if I try to expose you, yes, I'm getting this. So I was trying to look for, the value that was with it. Hmm. Okay, dot value actually. So, oh my. Okay, so console log input dot value. Right now, should I type not found? It's okay. Ignore that, please. Let's say my name is now what I'm curious. Let's if we get the number. Okay. It's supposed to be a string regardless. Yes. Even if it's yes, perfect. It's supposed to put string regardless. It's supposed to be a string regardless. It's supposed to be a string regardless. I'm trying to look for how we can counter it. Hmm. And if I convert, I see a string. Interesting. JavaScript. Um. hmm, You know what? We'll still leave it as text. Okay. Let me show you guys something. Now, I want to do to um input. Now, what am I console again? Input dot value supposed to be a string dot to pass int. Let's get if it's a number. Okay. I'm trying to check something. The whole reason why I'm doing most of this stuff is just because I want to intentionally throw an error. Okay, and I want to see us handle that error. So we try to use this uppercase method, but eventually everything that comes from the inputs is a string. So it's not going to trigger it if we put a number. So let's do pass int. Okay, let's do pass int. Let's do pass int. Now, pass int is a special built-in method of JavaScript, built-in function in JavaScript. And what it does is to convert put here in this first parameter, just to convert it to a number. Okay. Should I get the should I get the pass int of this? Okay. It tries to convert it, should return a number, right? Now, this is 555. Convert, I get number. All right, I get number. Now, should I? Okay, we all know there is no how it's going to convert this to a number, right? It's not supposed to. So if we do high, none. Interesting. Something is not right. Type of pass int value. Hmm. I'm expecting. here. Okay, yeah, okay. Did I have to save it before? Ish. Okay. If you observed, wow, JavaScript keeps exposing us. If you observed, I did type of, okay, I tried to console log the type of pass int. Now, even if I do convert, I get a number. Now, one of the quirks about JavaScript is that which stands for not a number, but not a number is actually a number, like it's a type of number. Okay, so how you would want to handle this type of thing, how you would want to handle this type of thing is we could use console log type of pass. Let's use our handler here, shall we? If pass int is equal to, we have to use three, okay, to make it stricter. Not a number, okay. If pass it is equal to not a number, then I don't know, value is not a string, else it should okay, sorry, else I think I should remove all this. Yes. So let's go through our code. First here, we get the test element, okay. We are trying to capture them from the DOM, paragraph, inputs, and right. Now, when the convert is clicked, we get the value, input.value is supposed to return a string in the pass int function of JavaScript. What pass int does, like I said earlier, is to take a string. Now it's returning a number, and we want to check if that number is equal to NaN, and N actually a number. Okay, it sees it as a number. So if it's not a number, we'll say value is not a string, and else we'll do 'input.value'. What should we do? What should we do here? Perfect. Okay, math dot something. Okay, math dot flow. Now this math dot flow is inbuilt in JavaScript. What it does is so if I should give it what 6.2, it's going to return 6.0. All right. Even if I should give it a what 6.6, yes, it will still return a 6.0. Whatever it does, just tries to round it down. Flow, okay. It has a counterpart which is seal. That is ceiling. I think that's what it means. Ceiling, like up. So even if I should give it like a 6.2, it would give me a 7. Okay, 6.9 will still give me 7, regardless of whether it's above 8.5 or below 8.5. Right? Now, this very what function is only for numbers. So let's let's see it work. Let's see it work, and let's if value is not equal to none. No, I want to see it break. I want to see it break first. I want to see it break. Um, Okay. Let's convert it. Does anything get console log? Okay, 5. All right, because that's what we are using what? Sorry, come again. See, 5.6 gives me 6. Okay, 6.1 gives me what? Sorry. Why is my browser weird today? Okay, seems like I did not refresh it. Yes, after the sorry. We are using a floor, right? What I told you about floor earlier, that floor, regardless of what you put here, it's going to give you the lowest value. Okay, like it's going to round it low, it's going to round it down. All right, 6.9 will give you a 6. Okay, even if it's a what, 6.1, I mean to okay, 6.61. 6.6.1. No, that's not valid. 6.61 should give you a 6. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's just going to round it down. Now, should we do the counter, which was a floor, right? I hope I've saved this. Okay, so if I should do a 5.1, I should be getting a 6. No, let's use it. A 7.1, I should be getting an 8. Isn't this stuff saved? Right. 7.1. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, floor. Sorry, what was the previous one? Still it's up. Still it's supposed to be up. 7.1 should give me 0. 7.1 should give me yes, nice one. 7.1 is supposed to give me an 8 since I'm using sale. Okay. Roofing or ceiling. So it's supposed to give us okay. I mean 8.2. Sale. Hmm. Okay, mother sale. No, there's a seal and there's a max. So I really don't know why it's not working in my favor today. Convert that was for a seal and 8.6. This just put 8. Floor rounds it down. I'm supposed to round it up. Let me check a different browser. Because boy, do I not understand what I'm saying. 5.3 should give me 6 at least. Seal. Hold on. Let's try it out. Seal. Have a seal. Okay, let's do something. Um, seal. And oh, I should. Okay, give me a minute, please. Plus BR. Mass dot floor. Okay. Mm, floor. Okay. All right. I want to see the floor and the sale value. Please put 5. Floor and sale should not be the same number. I don't know why this stuff is on 6.6. Difference should be here at least. Okay, I don't know what's going on with my browser today, but it's not supposed to be the same. All right. Floor is supposed to, round it down to that, like the integer that's lower than what I give it, like the greatest integer that's lower than what I gave it. That's what floor is supposed to do. So floor, I kept 6.2, supposed to bring a 6. All right. Then sale is supposed to do the smallest integer, okay, that's higher than this guy. So what sale is supposed to do? It's supposed to give me 7. All right, all right, all right. I'll get back to this because I really don't know why it's not working. Do your research, okay, please. Floor and sale. Take home assignments. Go and read on floor and sale. I don't know why it's not working for me. But the reason why I wanted to even do all this is so that I could do these floor and sale on a number. Okay, good. Let's branching here, to somewhat handle the error, but it's not really handling the error. This is because this is a minor case, and I know that it's only a number, okay, that can be performed on this cell. There are certain cases when I would not know certain things, and how would I put it? What is in my hand, like the list of available what parameters I'm to work with, is not still sufficient enough to know what I'm working with. So errors might happen, and errors that you cannot use if and else to handle. Okay, and that's where the try catch, which, okay. So if I'm to do this, I would do a here. Okay, let's return this now, and let's console log any errors we might have. This very error. I'm not really expecting an error. Should we put one with a number? Why is it not showing an error? Seems like this Matthew still works with none. Give me minutes. Let's confirm. I'm intentionally trying to throw errors. But seems like the errors are not erroring. None. Let's see. None works, right? It doesn't throw an error. See, it works with none. Yes, it does. It does work with none. Okay. Uh, what is strictly on numbers? What operations can I perform? Perfect. 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 Let's do operations. Input dot value times. No, I'm supposed to turn you to a number since you return string by default. Pass in input of value times 2. So should I put 5 here? I'm supposed to get 10. All right. Now, should I put something that is definitely not a number? What do I get? Okay. And it is not telling me about this error. Uh, it's not showing an error. Error. It's not throwing an error. Like it's wrong. Okay, we know it's not. It's not going to. Okay, it's saying none. Okay, but it's not throwing an error because none is not really an error. I'm trying to look for error that I can actually throw here. Oh my. Mm. Try and catch. Try and catch. Try and catch. List of errors I could possibly want to do here. Where you would actually see this stuff in like a real life application scenario. Okay, a real life scenario would be a user is trying to open a file. Okay, user is trying to open a file, or you are trying to read from a user's microphone, and you're not handling that error. Okay, you are streaming directly into whatever buffer should not have his microphone permission, turned on. It's supposed to throw an error. Okay, and you're supposed to handle that error. Okay, this is where try and catch comes in a real world application. So what if the user's camera is not turned on? Okay, you cannot just start streaming directly. It will throw an error, right? So you have to handle that error appropriately. Now, unfortunately, I can't think of any exact example to intentionally throw an error that would warrant this. Windows.alert. No, all of them will be in the console. Hmm, I can't really think of anyone at the moment. Okay, but how we could even make this more, if you are trying to run maybe our some sort of custom handler, would be back to this very one where we would use if um you know copy if pass ends. Okay, if pass ends is equal to none. If it's equal to none, I want you to run a couple of error, else run this. Okay, if this is equal to none, we want to throw an error. Okay, so yes, we want to throw an error. You can actually throw errors. You can actually throw errors in JavaScript. So here would be a string, ideally. Throw an error of the value entered was not valid. It was not, or rather, let's use the present tense. It's not a valid number. Okay, not a valid number. Now, once this error is being thrown, good. It's not in our try catch, right? Let's see it in action. 5 what I. Throw the value error is not a valid number. It doesn't console log it. All right, let's put it in the try catch block. Okay, let's you guys see a bit of what I'm trying to say. 5 should not have an issue. 5I, however, should. Am I trained this error well? 5I should true. True. Am I supposed to do new error? New. No, I don't have to create a new error. No, I don't have to create any error. suggest is not picking you up. Jeez, wait. I don't even know if you guys can. Wow. Sorry, for those of you that were here, was I ever disconnected? Hello.
Yeah, what did you say, sir?
Sorry, I said, was I ever disconnected? Seems like my network was off for a while.
Not really. You have been online, and sometimes I won't hear you. Sometimes, uh, but
Oh,
it's not that rampant. But you have been online.
okay. Okay. All right. Thank you then. Thank you. All right. So there's no need for this actually. Error. If L is equal to now. Catch error. Else. Because it's where are you? Try. Okay, this is supposed to be finally. Not trying the error I wanted. 5500. I need to give me a minute. My error isn't throwing, and I don't know why. Hmm. And great or less than. This is weird. All right. All right. I don't know why my browser isn't cooperating with me. What I tried to do was to throw an error intentionally, but it's not consoling. Okay. But this is actually the way to go around the string of errors. So if you're doing a custom error handler, you intentionally throw the error. This is the error that would be caught, if you're using a try catch. Okay, this is like the way to actually go with it. Two browsers now isn't working. I okay. Is equal to it's not change error. All right, but this is basically the try and catch. Okay, try every operation you want to do inside here, then you catch it, then you can do whatever it is you want to. And just a quick tip: we don't just have console log, we have a whole lot of others like console.m1. Okay, what one does is it changes the call on the console. it changes the color on your console. So if I say one, this is a warning. This is a warning. Should I click you? This is a warning. Okay, the color changed. Okay, it's orange. Should I do console.log just drops it out plain. There's console.error. This is an error, right? This is an error, and okay, it shows this is an error. Okay, you can see the differences there. Then we also have a couple of others like console.table. What that one does is to give your object in a, let's try to put a of name on page 50. All right, console.table should give it, it's pretty, name John, age 50. Okay, right. So there are a lot of things to work on with the console. This is just a side note. My main topic here was to just show you guys how to handle errors. We'll come across it if you stick around for our framework where we'll be using React. Okay, you'll see a lot of places where we'll actually have to catch errors. So besides the trying and catching of error, JavaScript has an asynchronous part. Okay, now what is asynchronous JavaScript? First, asynchronous is anything that's not simultaneous or concurrent in time. So basically anything that's not running in parallel. Synchronous is like one after the other. Okay, this after this, not both at the same time. All right. We have the basic ones, or rather the popular. So should I try to give an example here? Let's do you. On click, we should do set interval. Okay, let's do set interval. Now, what set interval does is it calls a function after a particular time. Okay, it keeps on calling that function after every time. Like, so this function now should be what function? This is an anonymous function because it has no name. All right. Also log I am being called. Okay, I'm being called, and that's the first argument. The second argument is the time. Like, how long do you want a waiting to happen? So if I put 2, for example, this is 2 milliseconds. So 2 seconds, the equivalent of 2 seconds is 2000 seconds. Okay, 2000 milliseconds is 2 seconds. So for every 2 seconds to be called. So let's test it out here. So if I click convert, I'm going to see 1, 2, I am being called, 1, 2, and I'm being called. See here is counting 5, 1, 2, 6, 1. Okay, it's being called every 2 seconds. Now, this is obviously not running parallel. As you can see, it is asynchronous. It is waiting actually. Oh, after 2 seconds, let me do this. After 2 seconds, let me do this. All right. Now, this would be used in popular applications when you're trying to reconnect. So, should someone try to perform an operation on your application, oh, look, you're out of network. Okay, there is no internet service within reach. Okay, let me try again. Okay, and after X amount of time, let me try again. Okay, after X amount of time, also let me try again. All right, this is like the ideal place where you want to do it in a scenario. And then we have a set timeout. Okay, set timeout. Set timeout. Set timeout is, well, pretty much similar. What it does is it calls this function after this certain period of time. Now it doesn't call it again, just calls it once after this period of time. So should I make it what? Okay, and I click here. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I am being called. That's about it. Look, I don't have a batch that is incrementing. I just have one. I am being called. Okay, it just called it after 3 seconds, like I specified, and that's about it. Okay, so now what would be your ideal scenario for timeout? Your ideal scenario for timeout would be something like if a user doesn't, if a user is idle after a certain period of time on your application, you would pretty much want to log the person out if it's a, a sensitive application, maybe finance, health, something related. Okay, all right. Now in the world of synchronous JavaScript, we have the concept of promise. All right, we have the concept of promise. Now, what promise does is basically, um, look, I'm going to do something, okay? Either I do it or I don't, okay? That is it. I'm going to do something, either I do it or I don't. Like either it is successful or it is not. Either way, one of these things must happen, and we could try doing our own, custom promise handler in JavaScript here. Okay, let's do an example. This is how the syntax would be on a normal. First, we want to do must, sorry, let's use let. I'm not yet in ES6 with you people. Let my promise, okay, my promise is equal to now there is a new promise. Okay, this is a constructor for creating a promise class. Now what it does is it takes two arguments, or rather it takes one argument. Actually it takes one argument, yes, but this argument now it takes is a function. Okay, it's a function, and now that function takes two arguments. All right, that function takes two arguments. So this is the slot for one argument. Now let's put in the argument. The argument I told you is a function, and this function is taking a slot also for two arguments. The first argument is called when something has been resolved. Okay, so when it is successful. Okay, when it has been resolved. Okay, so um, resolved, and second one is when it has not been, successful. So maybe it has been rejected or discarded, something like that. So let's go resolved and then what's rejected. Okay, rejected. Now how you would want to do it is you would now run a series of code inside here to know whatever it takes. So let's say I don't even know what you could possibly want to do here. Usually when we're trying to make an API call here, this is like the best part. So let's say we have written the conditions, and so let's say we have written the conditions. So when it is successful, okay, we want to call the resolved function. Okay, I told you it takes two arguments. Okay, it takes two arguments, result and rejected. Now we want to call the resolved. We want to call the resolved, and of course, when it isn't, we pretty much want to call the rejected. All right, this is how it is. So you have to write a code to determine whether your operation you wanted to use was successful or if it isn't successful. So whichever way it lies, it would call any of this. Okay, it would call any of this. Then how we would want to use you in a scenario would be to do on click. Okay, we could do um my promise dot then. Okay, dot then is usually when something has been successful, when it's when it's a success. This then is what you use and get here. So if I do dot resolve now, I do what value do I want to pass? um this is successful. Okay, and rejected, I'll do not successful. Okay, so if I do dot then is a let's say function. Yes, safe to say it's a function that just takes one argument, and the argument is a function. So what the function does is dot then function. Okay, what I pass here can be picked up from here. Should I try to console log value now? Console.log value. I try to console log value. Let's make console is rejected. I console log the value. Let's see what we get in value. Okay, convert. This is successful. Okay, this is successful. And the reason being that is because we we called it to be successful. Okay, it's resolved regardless of the outcome. We didn't write a logic for this. We just said, yo, let this be successful. Okay, so this is successful, and this is how we would use it in um any application, how we wanted to use it. Okay, now should I have had called the rejected, I won't be able to get it from here. Should I try? Let's see the example. Now you okay, nothing. Now JavaScript tells me, okay, it's uncut. This is uncut, and it tells me not successful. Now this is an error. It's showing on my console. One way I would have been able to do this was to handle it through the try catch. Okay, I know we talked about try catch, right? Talked about try catch, but there is no need for try catch since it has its own special method that you can chain on the then. So this is then is a special what method, right? That is found here. So we can also do dot catch. Okay, dot catch is supposed to handle any errors, and it's just like the then. It takes a function what parameter. Okay, just an error parameter, and we can pick up the error from here. So let's say console dot one. Okay, it's in our hands. Error. So since it's an error, we can catch it up there, and all we have to do is this, and we are saying not successful. Okay, it caught it successfully, even though it was not successful. All right, but it caught it successfully. I hope I'm not confusing anybody. All right, all right. Now, another way we could work with this is to use you in an asynchronous function. Okay, so there are normal synchronous functions, and there is a synchronous function. That's another part of the asynchronous JavaScript. There is an async and await. Now, it's not really different from your regular function. Okay, it's not really different from a regular function. It's just in an asynchronous function, you can decide to make the function wait until certain thing has certain code has run. So if this is a normal function and I wanted to make it an async, all you have to do is to assign the async label here. All right. And then this my promise. Good. This my promise might be variable. Okay, let's say let's promise equal to my promise. Okay, let promise equal to my promise. Now you might not see the weight of this very stuff here. Okay, you might not see it here since we did not write any logic for it, but where this whole promise would have been best would be something like permission. Okay, so while we are waiting for the gallery to sync, the images to sync and all that, we cannot access the images, we cannot access whatever is here, so we have to tell the function, this asynchronous function, to wait. Okay, so what we have to just do is to append wait here. Okay, wait, tell me, wait, asynchronous top level models. How am I not? Okay, so this is how you do it. Okay, so what it basically is doing is when this function is being called, until my promise has been resolved, that is when the remaining code continues. So should I try to console log promise? Now, should I try to console log promise? What should we get? Successful. All right. Had perfect. Here is not resolved. Here is not resolved, right? Here is not resolved. So this is supposed to keep on waiting till whenever. Now let's convert. What do we get? Nothing is being triggered. Okay, and the reason for that is, look, what am I clicking? Convert. We drag them, or rather, we targeted convert from here, and convert when it's being clicked, and a synchronous function is called, and we want to console log a promise. But now the thing is, promise isn't ready yet. This code basically says wait for my promise to come. When you see my promise, when my promise has been resolved, put it in this variable and console it. So until this very my promise has been resolved, don't do anything, don't do any other thing. All right, so I intentionally made this new promise to not resolve anything, just so we can see that it is actually waiting for promise. Now I resolve it, back, and I click on convert. Look, this is successful. Okay, because it has been resolved. Promise dots. What? This would be the best place. Then errors, you can't see the errors here. Okay, convert. Okay, you can't see the errors here. So this is where your try catch that I thought earlier would come in handy. Perfect scenario. Try this. Okay, now if this is not resolved, we want to catch whatever error that is there. Okay, also dot log, this is the error, but this is the error code. And should we use u here? Let's see. This is the error code, not successful. It is actually catching that very error, right? So I hope you understood, what I thought. I hope everyone understood. So this is time for questions, basically. Time for questions, and I'll answer as many questions as I can. Okay, I can't see the screen. I don't know if anyone wants to say something. Okay, but we're in our question time. Let me check if I have any question. Uh, okay, no messages yet. Okay, Aja Anthony, please go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, Anthony.
Can you hear me?
Please. Yeah,
Can
I
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you now.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
How can like those who are using phone, how can we find our console in
Okay.
decoder?
Okay.
Did you hear me well?
Um, what mobile app are you on?
Hello. Oh, okay, I'm using Android.
Yes, yes, I heard. Have you
Infinix
started
Hot
working on it?
10i. Sir?
Hello, Aja.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I said, do you have any app you already use?
I have the decoder. Then
Okay,
I
okay.
also have access to Replit.
All right, all right, all right. Let's check. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, all right. Let's check if Replit has a console, that you can access and stuff. Okay. Seems like Google give us more of it. Is there a way to open shell on mobile version of Replit? They comes in Replit. Okay, hold on. When did you install your app, if I may ask?
After I have I it was introduced. Like shortly after it was introduced,
Okay,
as I learned of it, then I download it.
okay, all right, all right. My internet is loading. No, I Replit. Mm-mm-mm. Replit IDE console. Give me a minute, please. Uh, okay. I don't know why it is slow. Okay, but look, Aja,
Yeah,
hello, Aja.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, um, I will resolve this issue with you on the group, okay? I'll resolve this issue with you on the group. I believe there is some way we can, work around this. I'll resolve this issue with you on the group.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Someone drop a message. Yeah. Sorry, what if the app is not installed? Rather, the website is where one uses. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see Replit. Um, uh, stuff is still slow. I am not so familiar with Replit. Okay, I'm not so familiar with Replit, Tijani, and no, I can't really sense it. But there should be at least somewhere that should review a couple of things without stressing yourself. Okay. Start creating. Does that mean I will have to sign up? Okay, I don't think I'm going to sign up now. I don't think I'm going to sign up now. Tijani group.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, did you hear me, Tijani?
Yeah, I do.
All right, all right, all right, please. Okay. So besides Aja and anyone have any questions? Was there any place that was confusing? Any single thing at all? Don't be scared, okay? Be free, just ask. I'll refresh the concept. All right. Since I want to assume everybody understood what I said, let me let me throw a random question. Everyone should panic. All right. Um, Edwin. Edwin. Hello, Edwin. Oh, there are two Ajas here. Oh, I didn't know. There's an Anthony and there's an Uka. Okay. Yes, Uka, what's up? Please feel free to speak. Okay, you came late, so you didn't really get
Thank you
the
so
main
much.
part. All right. Do you know where you
Okay, okay,
started from?
yeah,
So at least I know what I'm saying.
yes, yes.
Take it
Actually,
away.
I, I grab a clue from where I started. But my question is your editor Visual Studio, or is it because I cannot understand the background. I didn't understand the background of the editor, so that I will know how to locate, because I'm making use of VS Code.
You are making use of VS Code. Okay,
Uh,
sorry, please rephrase your question. We didn't understand that.
like the IDE, your editor, is it the same with VS Code, or what this thing are you using? What editor are you using?
Okay, I am using VS Code, but programming languages, most programming languages, if not all, are IDE independent because in the ending they are all text files. So it doesn't matter if you're using VS Code or you're using Sublime or Atom, it's supposed to
Okay,
work at least.
okay.
Yeah.
Does it mean if I use Notepad as a text editor, then how will I locate the console?
Okay, the console is in your browser. Okay, the console I used was in my browser, not in my text editor.
Okay, 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 okay,
Yes. So if you are on I think if you are on Chrome, it should be Control Shift I think. I'm not sure. Please do your research. Then
okay,
Edge uses Control Shift J. Firefox uses
okay,
I think Control Shift K. So just do your research on
Okay.
your browser and something should
O-
definitely show.
Okay. Okay. Thanks so much. I really appreciate.
All right. All right. Um, Chidima, Esther, what's up? Where did you start from? Hello, Chidima.
Hello,
She's
good
still
evening,
here.
sir.
Yeah. All right. Good evening.
Actually, I tried getting, but I was not allowed in. So I just thought that maybe you guys have not started, and I dropped my phone just to come back, and you're almost done. So
Wow.
I just
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. I'm very sorry for you. I'll try and do a rush up of what I said. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank you, sir.
I started with, basic error handling, where we um, talked about what's try catch. Okay. And this is a sample try catch code. Yes. So try catch, we used it now in this last round where we use this. I don't know if you can see my screen. Okay,
Yes, I can.
try catch. So basically, what this does is it allows you to run any code inside here. Would have an error. Okay, should something go wrong in the code, this would handle it. Okay, so you can handle these errors without maybe revealing it to the console or stopping your applications or anything. Okay, just one of the ways of handling errors in JavaScript. Okay, you try it. If it doesn't work, then catch whatever error must have occurred. Okay, that is the logic. And in my example here, I used a promise that we created here. Okay, and I said that promise takes one axis. Okay, so they could be one or two or three or x number of arguments. Okay, but a promise just takes one, and this one must be a function. Okay, and that very function should also support an argument. It should also support taking two arguments, one which is called when it's resolved. Okay, because those arguments are functions as well. One which is called when your promise is successful, and the second is called when something isn't successful, okay, to be rejected. So this try catch now, it runs the promise. Should the promise fail, okay, should it be rejected, this would be caught here. And if it no, if it goes well, nothing would be caught and your program will still continue. All right. So yeah, I also talked about promises. Yeah, yes. Then I talked about asynchronous function. Now, asynchronous function is different from your regular function. Asynchronous function basically tells the whole function. I mean, it's the same as a regular function if there is nothing to be weighted. Okay, so what I said was this is a variable called promise. All right, and what promise does is it holds the resolved value of this very promise. Okay, I would have used a different variable name, but what this variable does is to hold a value of a resolved promise. So once this goes well, once it is successful, once it is all right, okay, whatever value that is returned would be held here by the promise variable, okay, to be contained in there. Now, an await is before your value, and it's to tell the function to wait for this stuff. So the remaining code, so everything that is below line 14, okay, would not run until this has been resolved. So I said earlier that an ideal scenario for this would be when you create an application that maybe wants to read the user's images. So depending on devices and processors, some might take 1 second, some might take 10 seconds, and also depending on the size of the images and all. So this is to wait for the function. Say, okay, wait, okay, let everybody load, let all the files load, then we can know what we are working with. We can say, okay, this is the number of files we have and all. So it's just to wait for everything to be resolved. Once it is resolved, then the other parts can continue. Okay, and I made an instance here when in this promise I commented every single one of them, and I did not yeah, I commented every single one of them, so nothing will be resolved, and we would know if we can console log out a promise. And when we tried it, yeah, I trigger you here by convert, nothing is being consoled, okay, because it is still waiting for a promise, but unknown to it, nothing would ever be resolved because everything has been commented out, right? Should I, sorry, because everything has been commented in, so should I uncomment it now to a resolve? Yeah, that's it. And for a rejection, it would be handled by the catch error here, and I console log. This is the error caught. Then I appended the very error that was caught. So if I should trigger it, this is the error caught, and what was appended was that very error, which was not successful. The text not successful. All right. So that is a basic summary of what I did today. Okay.
Sorry, please, can you show us your HTML5, like for those that came late, because we can't see the HTML.
Okay. Yes. The HTML5 wasn't really important, but yeah, sure, suit yourself. This is the basic HTML5. Okay. We're having a value, a text here, value. We're having an input, and we have a button here, and we gave the button an ID of convert. We gave the input an ID of input name, and we gave this paragraph an ID of test. And why we give them an ID is so we can be able to um, capture it from here. Okay, if you attended the last class, I spoke about the document object module. Okay, how we could get stuff and manipulate data and all children of this very HTML node. All right, so this is it. Feel free to glance through it. Does any other person have a question or they are not clear with something? I'm still here.
Um, my question is, the catch, can you only be used for errors,
Yeah.
like when you want an error, or can you use catch too for other things apart from errors?
Well, catch is ideally for errors. It is just ideally for errors. Nothing special. Just to catch errors. Okay. Is there a scenario you have in mind?
Yeah, like what if like probably you want to catch something else that is not an error? Let me say probably another, will I say like another variable or something that has stored a particular distance. So and you probably want to use catch for it. Can it work that way or
Well,
just
no, it won't. It won't. Your best bet is when it is resolved. When it is resolved, you can just get it when it is in a variable. Or I also gave an example of how you could also do something like this. If you don't want to use the try and catch, okay, when you're working with promises, I could do something like this. My promise, okay, dot then, okay, dot then is a method in the my promise class, okay, and my promise here is actually a class, okay, that is created from this promise constructor. So my promise then, like I said, is a method in the my promise class. What it does is it takes, so we can what console log this value out. Console log this value out. Ideally, this value is whatever has been resolved in my promise. So this here, okay, will be picked up by you. Then if there is an error, okay, if there is an error, you can use dot catch. It has a dot catch um, method that can be changed to a then. Okay, so when you catch it, like the then, it also takes one argument, and that argument must be a function, okay, an anonymous function. Feel free, yes, feel free. Then it takes a function. Function also takes an argument, just one argument, okay. Ideally, this is where the error would go to had they be an error, okay. And we can also always do something like console dot one error, okay. So these are two ways of working with promises, okay. Either you chain them or you just run them in a try and catch.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Does any other person have, a question or anything? Did someone type? Someone say something? All right, you are welcome, Tijani. You're welcome. You're also welcome, Chidinma. Okay, so I think that would be all. I suspect that would be all. Right? Okay, that would be all. That would be all. All right. My name is Onukwu Small. I'm your humble tutor. Thank you for joining today's class. Here's my Twitter handle. Feel free to like, follow, whatever. When you make a post relating to this very stuff, feel free to tag me and sure, I'll give you my thumbs up. All right? All right. Don't forget to practice whatever you have learned. Like I always say, programming is not a one day something. Okay, it is not a one day something. It's something you have to do consistently. Okay, just to build some sort of muscle memory. Okay, should you be done today and you just close your browser, close your system, close whatever it is you're using till next time we meet, trust me, your success rate and that of someone who after the whole teaching he or she went back to what was taught, it will definitely not be the same. And practice just makes you better. Honestly, practice makes you better. Your best of engineers out there did not just learn it once. Okay, practice, practice, practice definitely got them to where they are. Right? Please, please, and please practice. Okay, build yourself, grow. Right? I'm rooting for you all here. I'm rooting for you all here. Bye for now. My name is Francis, and it was a pleasure meeting you guys.
Thank you.